Hi all, am I audible? Guys, am I audible? Okay. Today we are going to see percentage and calendar in quantitative aptitude, and in logical aptitude we are going to see blood relation. Okay, first I will start with percentage. So in percentage we need to know some common percentage ratios. So first I will show you that. So 100% is 1, and these are some common ratios you might know, but these are also useful while solving problems. Okay, these are some of the common percentages. 1 for 100%, half 50%. These you might know, but these you have to know for to save time. You have to know these percentages also. This is what I'm insisting. Uh, Respond with yes if you note these percentages, or if you know these all. Okay, here is a small problem based on percentage. So first I will explain the question. Sorry guys, sorry for the interruption. So in an election, one got 55% of the total valid votes, and 20% of the votes were invalid. If the total number of votes was 7,500, the number of valid votes that the other candidate got was. So there are two candidates, and the total valid votes is 80%. That you have to understand from this, because 20% of the votes were invalid. So 80% of them is only valid, and 50%, 55% of those valid votes one candidate got, and the other has got the remaining. So it will be 45% of the total valid votes. That is the answer. 45% of the total valid votes. But we don't have the number of total valid votes. We have only the total number of votes. Okay. So it's like invalid votes 20%. So therefore, valid votes is 80%. One candidate got 55% of valid votes. So the remaining, the other candidate got 45% of valid votes. So if total votes is 7,500, the other candidate got 80%, 45% of the valid votes, which is nothing but 80% of the total votes. So 7,500 into 80 into 45 by 100 into 1 by 100. Okay, do you all get this one? So it's like percentage of percentage. 45% of 80%. 45% is 45% of valid votes candidate B got. The valid votes is 80% of the total. So it is 45% of 80% of 7,500. So hope you work out and get the final answer. Shall I move on? Okay. Next one, if 20% of A is equal to B, then B percent of 20 is same as. Read the question again. If 20% of A is equal to B, then B percent of 20. So you have B, then you have to find B percent of 20. So I will move on with the answer. If you are trying out, you can give your answers. I will wait for a few seconds. I can see your, if you are trying, I can see your answers in the chat window. Anyone willing to answer? Okay, I go with the answer. That is 20% of A is B. So if you want to find B percent of 20, I am replacing B with 20% of A. So I am getting 20% of A and that percent of 20. So I am getting 20 by 100 into A into 1 by 100 into 20. So finally I get 4 by 100 of A. That is 4% of A. So Kitika D has given the right answer, and Priyadarshini Nishanti has also given the right answers. So these are some basic problems without not using more of formula, specific formulas. These are general using percentage. These are general questions based on percentage. Okay. Next, I move on. This is another simple question, but we have to understand a bit. So A's salary is 40% of B's salary, which is 25% of C's salary. So A's salary is given in terms of B's salary, which is again given in terms of C's salary. So we have to find A's salary in terms of C's salary. Okay. So this will be first, if I rearrange this statement, I will get the answer directly. So it's like this. A is 40% of B, which is again 25% of C. So I'm replacing B with 25% of C. So I'm getting A as 40% of 25% of C. So if I solve this, I will get 10% of C. Someone has given the answer as 20, but it's 10% of C. Okay. Is there anything wrong in this? I hope it is 10% of C. I'm moving on. There are a few formulas are there. to solve percentage problems. Next one is percentage increase or decrease. So percentage increase or decrease, it's like if the price of a commodity increases by R%, then the reduction in consumption so as not to increase the expenditure. So your expenditure will be same. Uh, so if the price of the commodity is increased and you don't want to increase the expenditure also, so how much percentage you have to reduce the consumption? That is the point here. If the price is increased by R%, then you have to reduce your consumption by R by 100 plus R into 100%. Okay, so the vice versa. That is, if the price of the commodity decreases by R%, then you have to increase you can increase your consumption so as not to decrease the expenditure. That is R by 100 minus R into 100%. There are very few formulas in percentage. You have to note them so that you can solve problems. For quants, you just if you know the formulas and if you know the basics of percentage, you can easily solve. But in terms of in case of logical and verbal, you need to do practice. Okay, let's have an example for this. The price of a commodity increases by 25%, and therefore a housewife reduces the quantity purchased by certain percentage in order to maintain expenditure. So it's the same. That is, the price has increased, and you have to reduce your consumption. So what will be the answer? You can use these formulas. That is, the price is increasing. You have to reduce your consumption. That is this one. R by 100 plus R into 100%. Okay. Hope you all solved. I'm explaining the answer here. That is R by R plus 100 into 100%. That is 25 by 125. I'm getting 20%. So if price is increased by 25%, the quantity purchased by 20%. So few might have a thought that if increased by 25%, then the decrease is also 25. No, it's not the case here. You have to apply this formula R by 100 plus R into 100%. So it's 20% here. Here another important topic. There are two more topics in percentage. That is population and depreciation. If you see population, if you know the current population, if the rate of increase per annum, you might be asked to find the population after n years or n years ago. So you need these two formulae to compute them. So if P is the current population and R is the rate of increase per year, so population after 9 years will be after n years will be P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. If it is n years ago, it is P by 1 by R plus 100 in power n. Okay, I'm going to the depreciation part. Okay, this is depreciation. It is similar like a population P into 1 plus R by 100 for depreciation 1 minus R by 100. And the same applies. If it is after n years, it is multiplied, and it is if it is n years ago, it is divided. The same rule. If population, it is added 1 plus R by 100, and if it is depreciation 1 minus R by 100, and if it is after n years, it is multiplied, and if it is n years ago, it is divided. So let's see an example for depreciation. Okay. The value of a machine depreciates at the rate of 10% every year. It was purchased 3 years ago. If its present value is rupees 8748, its purchase price was. So anyone going for it? So anyone going for it? Which formula has to be applied? So it is given that the rate is 10% every year and purchased 3 years ago. So if the present value is rupees 8748, its purchase price was. So you have to compute its value n years ago, that is 3 years ago. So you have to use this formula. Okay. Um, I'm going for the solution. Okay. P by 1 minus R by 100 power n, and the present value is 8748. So the rate is 10%. N years ago, the n is 3 years. So by solving it, 90 by 100, 0.9 cube, 8748 by 0.9 cube is around 12,000. It's 12,000. The purchase price is 12,000. So it has depreciated in 3 years to rupees 8748. Okay. Uh, Next, I'm going to explain. Hmm. This is another interesting problem. Uh, this is an important case. This also many students make mistake is that if A is R% more than B, then B is less than A by. Many will think R%, the same R% will be less, but it is not so. If A is R% more than B, then B is less than A by R by 100 plus R into 100%. Please note this. Many make mistakes in this. If A is R% more than B, then B will be less than A by R by 100 plus R into 100%. If A is R% less, then this formula applies. R by 100 minus R into 100%. Okay, many have given correct answer for the two two students have given correct answers for the last question. Okay, good going, guys. Next one. Okay. There are few problems which you cannot find suitable formulas, but you have to understand the question and you have to solve by yourselves. Uh, so it's a it's one of them, like a student erroneously multiplied a number by 2 by 5 instead of 5 by 2. What is the percentage error in the calculation? So there are many methods to solve this. That is, a few can find the difference directly and find the error percentage. Few might do take a value and multiply it with 2 by 5 and then multiply with 5 by 2 and take answer. If you are very well in math, you can go for direct answer, that is subtracting and finding the error percentage. So I am taking a different way. Uh, so I'm taking the number B 100. So 2/5 is 40 and 5 by 2 of 100 is 250. So the difference is 210. So the difference is 210. So if the correct answer is 250, if you see here instead of 5 by 2, so it has to be actually 250, but the difference is 210. The error value is 210 and the base value is 250. So the percentage difference will be automatically 210 by 250 into 100%. Okay. Here 2 by 5 they have erroneously multiplied, a student erroneously multiplied a number by 2 by 5 instead of 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 is correct. I am taking a sample that number 100 and 2 by 5 of that is 40 and 5 by 2 of that is 250. So it has to be 250, but it is there he is getting 40. So the error difference is 210. So the error percentage will be 210 by 250 into 100. Okay, hope you all clear with this. I'm again reiterate the formulas. So I haven't given examples for these percentages. There are examples due to some problems. I am not able to get examples for this. So you have to remember these standard percentages to save time, because you can't do all calculations within a minute. So if you are given 60 questions to be solved in 60 minutes, it will be tough. So you have to know some formulas to solve soon. Uh, these are some basic problems, and the formulas start here. One is percentage increase or decrease. If the commodity increases by R%, then the consumption has to be reduced by R by 100 plus R into 100%. If the commodity price is decreased by R%, then the consumption has to be increased by R by 100 minus R%. This is one thing. And then this is in terms of population. Population and depreciation can be compared and remembered, but don't do mistakes with this. Population, the difference between population and depreciation is you will have a plus sign in population, and depreciation you will have a minus here. Minus here, and the value after n years is you have to multiply with the current population, and for value n years ago you have to divide. Okay. And this is if A is R% more than B, then B is less than A by R by 100 plus R%. Okay. Um, next I'm going for hello. Uh, next, everyone there? First, we shall see some basics for blood relation. Mm. These are some of the words that might confuse during the test, because many don't get what actually they are conveying. So these are some words many will get confused. So I have put a snap here. So that is grandfather's son is your father or uncle. Grandmother's son is also your father or uncle. So if grandfather's or grandmother's only son, it means he is your father. Grandfather or grandmother's only son. Um, Many will get confused. At that time, we may not get who's that person and blood relation. You need to think patiently. So next one is mother's or father's mother, grandmother, mother's or father's father, grandfather, and I I hope other things you people know. So in blood relations, you need to have a lot of practice with blood relation. So Which one is confusing? Blood relationship. Okay, I will show you again. Okay. Okay, I will tell blood relation again. Grandfather's son, father or uncle. So grandfather's son means it must be your father or uncle. So the same will apply to grandmother's son, father or uncle. So if it is grandfather's only son or grandmother's only son, he is your father. Any doubts in this? Grandfather's or grandmother's only son or grandfather's grandfather's only son or grandmother's only son, he is your father. Now you get this 4 first. Sorry for the interruptions. Sorry. Okay. If these 4 are clear, then I'm moving on. Mothers or father's mother is grandmother. Mothers or father's father is grandfather. Grandfather's only daughter-in-law. Grandfather's only daughter-in-law or grandmother's only daughter-in-law is your mother. Please understand, grandfather's only daughter-in-law means your mother. Mother's or father's son, brother. Mother's or father's daughter, sister. Mother's or father's brother is uncle. Mother's or father's sister is aunt. Still, Mushin Ali has a doubt. You can mention what's your doubt there. And here, husband's or wife's sister, sister-in-law. Husband's or wife's brother, brother-in-law. I hope you know sister-in-law, brother-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law, and all. Okay. Son's wife, daughter-in-law, daughter's husband, son-in-law, and these two people may get confused. Nephew, niece, brother's son, nephew, brother's daughter, niece, sister's husband, brother-in-law, and brother's wife, sister-in-law. First, you must know all the relations, and you have to keep practicing various problems so that only you can solve blood relation, and you need to think twice. There may be a lot of confusions in the question. Even none of the above may be the answer, so you have to think twice. And I don't have any example problems for blood relation. You keep practicing. A lot of sample books are there, RS Agarwal and all. Blood relation, there is no shortcuts, nothing. You have to know blood relations clearly, and you have to apply them in a clear manner. If possible, you can take a screenshot of this for your reference. I will be back in few minutes with the calendar part of quantitative aptitude. Until that, if anyone have any queries or questions regarding percentage, any questions you have, you can send in the chat. You can ask your doubts or even any doubts in these formulas or any of these questions you can ask. Yes, Sharmila Kesan, yes, calendars. I have examples and some of the rules too. I will start in few minutes. First, I want to know whether I have to reiterate any of these formulas or any problem. Sorry, I couldn't get many problems. So this was all in a hurry. So I hope the formulas will be sufficient. You have to apply these formulas. Other general problems I have given, only the formulas with the population and all. The examples for population and all I haven't given. Hope you will apply. You will be able to apply those formulas. Okay, okay. Few minutes. I will be back in 5 minutes or 10 minutes with the calendar part. Okay. Thank you all. Okay, hope you all there responded yes before they didn't resume. Yes, yes, we are going to resume. Shall we start? Okay. Hope in calendar, I think I have a few examples for all type of questions. So calendar, it will be definitely interesting. For percentage, I couldn't give much example. Sorry for that. Now we shall start calendar. Okay. Uh, this is a simple question asked many times. Uh, any year will be given. You have to tell whether it is a leap year or not. It will be like which of the following is a leap year or which of the following is not a leap year. So for a century to be leap year, it should be divisible by 400. Many people don't know this. Please note it down. For a century to be a leap year, it should be divisible by 400. For non-century years, years other than centuries, it must be divisible by 4. Okay. For a century to be a leap year, century year to be a leap year, it should be divisible by 400. Otherwise, every year divisible by 4 is a leap year. Okay, I'm going next. Okay, concept of odd days. And there is also a small confusion uh, for many students in this concept of odd days. Odd days is for a given duration, the number of days left, that is the number of days more than the complete weeks are called odd days. So I'm gonna give an example that if a month has 30 days, what is the number of odd days is that you will divide it by 7, that is 30 mod 7 is the number of odd days in the month. 30 mod 7 is the number of odd days per month. So 30 mod 7 will be 2. So if the month starts on Sunday, it will end on 2 days. It has 2 odd days. A 30-day month has 2 odd days. So if the starting day is Sunday, so 2 odd days means if 0 odd days means it will end on Saturday. So 1 odd day Sunday again, 2 odd days Monday. Hope you get it. If 0 odd days means if it is starting on Sunday, it will end it on Saturday. It is a complete week. 0 odd days means complete week. So 0 odd days. So if you have 1 odd day, if the starting day is Sunday, and if you have 1 odd day, then the ending day is again Sunday. Please note it down. Many get confused whether the odd days is for the last day or the next day. You can map it to any day if you know the concept. So 0 odd day concept means if the starting day is Sunday, then the ending day is Saturday. That is a complete week. A week will be complete. Complete weeks has 0 odd days. Okay, I will give few examples of this. Okay, these are few things you have to know while solving a calendar problem. See, one ordinary year, 365 days. So number of odd days in a ordinary year is 1. 365 mod 7 is 1. In a leap year, 366 days. So number of odd days in a leap year is 2. You have to remember this. Otherwise, you have to divide that 365 by 7 and to get the remainder and all. So remember, an ordinary year has 1 odd day. Leap year has 2 odd days. Okay, Fadil Kader. Okay, I will repeat odd days again. Okay, concept of odd days I am repeating. If zero odd days means if the starting day is Sunday, the ending day is Saturday. That is, a complete weeks will be there. If Monday is starting, then it will end it on Sunday. This is zero odd day concept. If a particular duration has zero odd days, then uh, uh, integral number of weeks. That is, if the week is starting on, if the first day is Sunday, then it will be ending on Saturday. So it has zero odd days for ordinary year, leap year, for century years, for all these. We are going to calculate the number of odd days. First, you understand the odd days are the uh, days left after complete weeks. Number of days more than complete weeks are called odd days. Okay, I will go to a few more examples. Um, this I have already told. One ordinary year has 365 days. So number of odd days is 1. One leap year has 360 days, 366 days. So number of odd days is 2. That is, you have to get the mod 7 of it. That is the number of days more than complete weeks. Week has 7 days. So the number of days more than complete weeks, you have to divide it by 7 and get the remainder. So you can't do this for all, uh, for every time. Every time you can't do this. So you have to remember that an ordinary year has 1 odd day and leap year has 2 odd days. Okay, now we can see for century years. Okay, in 100 years, that is the for first 100 years. If we see 100th year will not be a leap year because it is not divisible by 400. So we will have 76 ordinary years and 24 leap years, not 75 ordinary and 25 leap. That is not the case because 100 is not divisible by 400. So 76 ordinary years and 24 leap years will be there in the first 100 years. So for an ordinary year, 1 odd day. For a leap year, 2 odd days. So number of odd days in 100 years, first 100 years or in a century is that 76 into 1 plus 24 into 2. For ordinary years, 1 odd day. For leap years, 2 odd days. I have shown it here. If you divide 365 by 7, you will get 1 as remainder. 366 mod 7 is 2. So that's why I'm using 1 and 2 here. Don't confuse here. I'm substituting 1 and 2 because of the odd days in ordinary year and leap year. So 76 ordinary years and 24 leap years. So the sum I'm getting 124. Again, I'm doing mod 7. I get 5. So number of odd days in 100 years is 5. You need not derive this every time. If you know the logic, you can. If you remember this, you can do it. If even if you forget, this is the this is how you can derive. Can easily find. Even if you forget the number of odd days in 100 years, you can easily do. That is ordinary years, 1 odd day, leap years, 2 odd days, 76 into 1 plus 24 into 2. 124 mod 7 is 5 odd days in 100 years. So in 200 years, so for 100 years, 5 odd days. So 200 years, 5 into 2, 10. Again mod 7, so 3 odd days. 300 years, 5 into 3, 15 mod 7, 1 odd day. And in 400 years, 5 into 4, 20 odd days plus 1 odd day. That will be the 400 is divisible by 400. So that will be a leap year. So I am adding one more day. So 5 into 4, 20 plus 1, 21 I am getting. 21 mod 7 is 0. So can you understand why I am adding 1 here? Because of 400. Every 400 year, the century year will be a leap year. 400, 800, 1200, 1600 will be leap year. So I'm adding 1 here. So far, any doubts? That is, I have told what is a leap year. For century years, it should be divisible by 400. For other years, it should be divisible by 4. And concept of odd days, the number of days more than the complete weeks. That is, days left after complete weeks. They are called odd days. And an ordinary year has 1 odd day. A leap year has 2 odd days. In 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years. I have given the number of odd days. So far, any doubt in this? Please tell your doubts in chat. Maximum, the concept is uh, with the odd days and leap year. That's it. You have to apply this in all types of problems. So from now on, we will see problems only. Tell if you have any doubts. Please do tell in chat. Okay. I go for the next topic. That is, I'm comparing days of the week related to odd days. I'm mapping 0 to Sunday, 0 odd days to Sunday, 1 odd day Monday, 2 odd days Tuesday, 3 odd days Wednesday. So far, uh, so far we have seen uh, how many odd days in a year, in a century year, for 200 years, 300 years, and 400 years. So if first day is Sunday and if it has 0 odd days, then the next duration will start on Sunday. I'm mapping like that. So it is like the next starting. If I have some 14 days, the 15th day, if the 14 days means 0 odd days. So if the duration of 14 days start on Sunday, I have 0 odd days. So the next duration will start on Sunday. So map it like this: 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday. We will see examples. You will get to know a lot. Okay, I'm able to see a doubt why I am adding 1 in number of odd days of 400 years. It is because 400th year is a leap year, because it is divisible by 400. Every 400 years, it is a leap year. See, for a century to be a century year to be a leap year, it must be divisible by 400. So, in case of 100, 200, 300, they are not leap years. So, 100 I am getting 5 odd days. 200 years I am getting 3 odd days. 300 years 1 odd day. So, for 400 years, for 100 years 5 odd days means I am multiplying it by 4 for 400 years, 20, and this 1 day is for is because that 400 is an leap year. Okay. Uh, Now we can see few questions on calendar. There are several types of problems. One is first kind is this. That is a particular date is given and the day is also given. You have to find the day on some other date. Okay. This is a type of question. It was Sunday on Jan 1, 2006. What was the day on Jan 1, 2010? Okay, I'm seeing a few questions in the chat. That is, does all century leap years have 0 odd days? Yes, all century years have 0 odd days. Yes, it is true. And for 100, why it is 76 ordinary years? Okay, for 100, every 4 year will be a leap year. So if, 4 years once we have a leap year. So if you divide it by 4, you will get 25 leap years, but I'm writing 24 because the 100th year will not be a leap year. According to this condition, for a century to be a leap year, it should be divisible by 400. So actually, if I divide 100 by 4, I'm getting 25. So 25 leap years has to be there, but because of 100 is not leap year, I'm reducing one. So that will come under ordinary year. So 76 ordinary years and 24 leap years. Hope Arvind Rajendran's doubt is cleared. If not, uh, kindly tell again. Uh, you can tell me. I will reiterate once again. Okay. So many have given the answer as Friday. Okay. Now I will see the explanation for this. Jan 1, 2006 Sunday. Jan 1, 2010. We have to find. So we have to calculate the odd days from 2006 to 2009. So 2006 ordinary year, so 1 odd day. 2007 ordinary year, 1 odd day. 2008 is a leap year, so 2 odd days. 2009 1 odd day. So 5 odd days are there. So 5 odd days means if 0 odd days, uh, 0 odd days means Jan 1 is starting on Sunday means the last day will be Saturday. So I have uh, so okay, 0 odd days means Jan 1 Sunday 2006 is Sunday. Jan 1 2010 will also be Sunday. So, but I am getting 5 odd days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, fifth one. Okay, many have given the right answer. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay, this is a different problem. That is, no data is given. In the previous problem, Jan 1 2006, the day was given. You are supposed to find the day on some other date. But here, nothing was given. You are given just the date. You are going to find the day. Clear with the question. This is a type 2 problem. So for this, you have to calculate the number of odd days. Try solving this one. I will wait for a few minutes for your answers. That is, you have to start calculating the number of odd days. Since century leap years have 0 odd days, so you have to take that in mind and you have to do you have to find the number of odd days till 28 May 2006 so that you can find. Okay. Okay, I'm going for the solution. 28th May 2006, you are supposed to find the day. So odd days in 400 years is 0. I have shown it here. Number of odd days in 400 years is 0. So multiple of those 400 years will also be 0. If number of odd days in 400 years is 0, the next 400 will also be 0. So I am mapping it to 2000. So odd days in 400 years is 0 means odd days in 2000 years is also 0. Odd days in 400 years 0. So I am mapping it 2000 multiple of 400. So odd days in 2000 years is 0. So I have to calculate the odd days from 2001 to 2005. 2001 one odd day, 2002 one odd day, 2003 one odd day, because they are ordinary years. 2004 is a leap year, so two odd days. 2005 one odd day. So from 2001 to 6, 1 to 5, we have 6 odd days, and we are supposed to find the day on 28th May 2006. So I am calculating from Jan 1 until May 28, calculating the total days. So Jan 30, 31 days, February 28, March 31, April 30, and May 28 you are supposed to find. So 28. The sum is 148, and 148 plus 6, 154. So 154 is again divisible by 7. So 0 odd days. So 28th May 2006 is Sunday. Clear with this? Hope you are clear with these two types of problems. The first type is, I'm repeating again, first type is date is given and a day is given. You are supposed to find the day on some other date. This is a kind. And this is simply blank. You are given a date and find the day. So you have to find the odd days concept from the beginning. So I am mapping odd days in 400 years equal to 0. So odd days in 2000 years is also 0. So from 2001 to 28th May 2006, I am calculating the odd days, and it is 0 odd days. So it is Sunday. Okay, next one. This is another easy problem. First two are might be a little bit difficult. This is a easy one. Today is Monday. After 61 days, it will be today is Monday. After 61 days, it will be. So, waiting for your answers. It is very easy. Okay, the answer. Today is Monday. So, after 61 days, 61 mod 7, 5 odd days. So 5 odd days means 5 days after Monday. If the starting day, that is today, is the starting day means Monday. So 5 odd days: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so Saturday is the answer. If today is Monday, you have to find just mod 7 and the number of odd days, and you have to calculate 5 days after this. Okay, okay. I'm getting very good amount of correct answers. Many people are trying. Yes, I'm happy about it. Okay, type 4. If 6th March 2005 is Monday, what was the day of the week on 6th March 2004? Please do notice that this is different. This kind of problem is different. Here also, date is given, day is given. You are supposed to find the day on some other date. And here also same, a date is given and its day is given. You are supposed to find the day on some other date. But the difference is that here you have to backtrack. That is 2005 6th March date is given. You are supposed to find 6th March 2004. You have to go back here. But this question is 2006 Jan 1 is given, and you are supposed to find the day on Jan 1 2010. So this is the difference between these two questions. Be careful in that. Please do notice. Okay. People, please solve, and I will be waiting for this answer. Hope you solve this. In few minutes, I will reveal it. Please notice 2005 6 March is Monday. You are supposed to find on 2004 6 March. That is 1 year back. Okay. Okay. Let's see the answer. Many are answering. Yes, the answer is Sunday. So 6th March 2004 you have to find, and 6th March 2005 is given. It is Monday. So 2004 is a leap year, but we need not take that into account because February is not included between these months. It is like 1 year, 6th March 2004 and 6th March 2005. But many make a mistake here, assuming 2004 is a leap year, they take 2 odd days. But February month of 2004 need not be included in this duration because it is March. So 1 odd day in this duration. So Monday means 1 odd day. You have to go back 1 day. So it is Sunday. Clear with this? Make sure one thing, that is if the future date is given or the previous date is given, that is 2005 date is given and you are supposed to find the date on 2004. This is a different problem, not the one we first saw. And another problem is 2004 is a leap year, but we need not take that as 2 odd days because February month is not included in this interval. So 1 odd day. So the previous day of Monday is Sunday. Many have given correct answers. Okay. One Saturday, I could able to see few Saturdays. I think because of 2 odd days, they might have got Saturday. See, February month of 2004 will not come in this interval. So that leap year 2 odd days need not be included. Only 1 odd day, not Saturday. Please do notice this. People, those who have given Saturday as answer, please notice this. Um, if February month is included in this interval, you can take this as 2 odd days. But here the answer is Sunday, 1 odd day. Okay, next one. Okay, this is another type of problem. The last day of a century cannot be. This is very interesting problem. Uh, if you know few things I have told earlier, you can easily crack this. The last day of a century cannot be. So here is the clue. In 100 years, 5 odd days. In 200 years, 3 odd days. In 300 years, 1 odd day. In 400 years, 0 odd days. So a leap year. Sorry, the question is a century year. I think the last day of a century cannot be. The last day of a century cannot be. Waiting for your answers. Please use this. That is In 100 years, 5 odd days. In 200 years, 3 odd days. In 300 years, 1 odd day. In 400 years, 0 odd days. So find the leap year, sorry, the century year, the century cannot end on. The last day of a century cannot be. Okay, I'm seeing Tuesday as answer. Okay, I will go for the answer. Okay, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay, very good answer. All this Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is all our answers, but here the option was, I think, Tuesday. Okay, but see to that all three. If all three are there, you have to choose all the above. So the logic is 100 years, 5 odd days. So 100 years, 5 odd days means it will end on Friday. 200 years, 3 odd days, so it will end on Wednesday. 300 years, 1 odd day, end on Monday. 400 years, 0 odd day, so Sunday. Okay. This is another interesting question, that is repetition. The calendar for the year 2007 will be same for the year. The calendar for the year 2007 will be same for the year. The question is, the calendar for the year 2007 will be same for the year. A 2014, B 2016, C 2017, D 2018. That is, from 2007, you have to calculate the odd days for every year and add it till you get 0 odd days. You have to go till you get 0 odd days. You have to calculate, and that year will be same as 2007. Okay, I got 2018 as right answer. Rishi. Yes, I hope it's correct. Okay, I think that picture was missing. Um, will explain. Okay, I'm seeing 2013, 2014. Okay, wait, I will explain this one. 2007, 2007 is will have 1 odd day. 2008, 2 odd days. 2009, 1 odd day. 2010, again 1 odd day. 2011, 1. 2012, 2 odd days. Few people have given answers that 2014, many people have given. Okay, I'll see. 2013, 1 odd day. So 2014, 1. So far, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and I'm getting just 10 odd days. So it's not a multiple of 7. How come 2014 or 2013 be answer? 10. Okay, 10 odd days I have got so far. 2015, again 1 odd day. 2016, 2 odd days. So so far 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13. Okay, 2017 I'm getting 14 odd days, the which means that is 0 odd days. I'm getting 14, so which means 0 odd days. So it will repeat repeat from 2018. 2018 will be same as 2007. Okay, the number of odd days, it has to be 0, so the next year will be same. So for this, 2018 is the answer. No, not 2004. Sorry, 14, not 2017. If it is 0 odd days on 2017, then 2018 will repeat, not 2017. That is also wrong. Now this question is clear. Is this question clear now? Okay. 2018 is the answer because calculating from 2007 to 17, we will get 14 odd days, 14 days, so which is 0 odd days. So 0 odd days means next 2018 will repeat. So that's it. These are the different kind of problems that are possible from calendar. Any queries for calendar? Any doubts? The concept is that leap year, odd days concept, and you have to apply that. The questions can be a day and date is given, and you are supposed to find the day on some other date. That is a future. The date after. That is example is here. 2006 day is given, and 2010 Jan 1 is asked. That can be a type, or the vice versa is also possible. 2010 date is given, and 2006 can be asked, but you have to go back for the reverse one. Other type is just blank. You have a date is given, you have to find the day. That is, you have to calculate the odd days from the beginning. And the other one is this. This is very simple. A day is given after n days. What it will be, and this one I have told. And the last day of a century cannot be. This is again a repeated question. Please note this. This is the solution that based on the odd days I'm calculating, and a century cannot end on. And this is after how many years the same calendar will repeat. That is for 2007, 2018 is the answer. Okay. Okay. That's it for today. I hope calendar is sufficient, but percentage I couldn't give more example problems. I'm very sorry for that. And blood relation, uh, this is the one. This is you have to remember. This one, the relations between. I have shown this already. Few relations, few blood relations. You have to remember, and few blood relations you have to remember, and you have to practice a lot to score in blood relations. And regarding verbal analogies, that is in your hand only. I can't say anything about it. You have to practice again for that practice, and your vocabulary is important. That's it for today. Thank you all. Your queries, doubts, or any suggestions are always welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kindly fill the feedback so that we could know we could improve ourselves. So regarding verbal analogy, so the verbal analogies, okay. Okay. For verbal analogies, synonyms may be asked, antonyms or characteristics. These and all you have to practice. Otherwise, your vocabulary or that might help. There is nothing to uh, teach or insist a lot. It's all you have to work on. Finally, fill the feedback form. Thank you. Thank you all.